Hello my friends, in this video I want to show you how to do armpits in knitting projects. I made a little sample, but I know it looks weird, so please first let me explain what this sample represents. So imagine we have a sweater. We are making a sweater like this, okay? So we have the armpit here, and it's this one. And then obviously we have a neck, V-shaped or whatever shape you want. I don't have it here because I didn't want to complicate the matters. So this video is only about the armpit, but you have to figure out what to do in the middle. I have videos on that if you want. And then this is the left armpit. And this is, I imagined it as the front side. I'll tell you why it matters. So this is a task of decreasing at both sides, okay? And here I used, when I'm decreasing, this is the ratio that I used. Here I decreased by 4. On the next strand I decreased by 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay? And that's also the same here. So on the other side I decreased by 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. So you don't have to use this ratio. What you should do is just get a sweater that suits you best and put it on the table and see with which ratio you go, it suits best. Okay, so you can decide for your size. But I think in general, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1 is a good ratio to decrease when you're doing the armpits. Okay, and here I have started another one. So I'll do the same with you in the video, so you'll understand. I think the first and the only rule is that when we're decreasing, we're only decreasing at the beginning of the row, okay? So here I will decrease by 4, and I'll do it with you together, but then I will do the purl stitch till the end. And here the last 4, I will do the purl stitch. I won't decrease, just because you see here that you should decrease, but no, you only decrease when you're at the beginning of the row. And then you go and do the whole row. And then you turn back, and this is the beginning of the row. Then you decrease these 4. And then you finish, you complete the whole row, okay? Then the 4s are done. Then when you start, you decrease the next 3 at the beginning of the row. So rule number 1 is decrease only when you're at the beginning of the row. And make sure you have to go symmetrical. So let's start. There are a lot of ways to decrease. I will show you the way that I feel most comfortable, but there are many ways, some of which look much better than what I'm doing. But yeah, of course, I can only show you what I can do. So the way I do it is I take my right needle, I enter 2 stitches together, I yarn over, and I exit as if they are 1 stitch. So I entered 2 stitches, but now I have 1 stitch on my right needle, so I decreased by 1. Then I transfer this back to my left needle. Then I repeat. Enter the 2 stitches together, I yarn over, I exit, and now I have decreased another 1. So I decreased by 2. Then I transfer it back to my left needle, enter 2 stitches together, okay, yarn over, and exit. Now I have decreased by 3. Now the last one. Enter both stitches together, yarn over, exit. Now because I'm done, I don't have to transfer this back to my left needle, okay? Now I have decreased 4 stitches, okay? I have decreased these 4 stitches, okay? So now I will keep on doing purl stitch. That's what I'm doing on this side until I'm here, until I'm at the end of the row. So I will just keep on doing all of them. Let's start together. So my job at this row is finished. I will just do purl stitches and I will meet you at the end of the row. Okay? So here I am at the end of the row and these are the last 4 stitches. So what do I do now? Now that's a trick question. I just do purl stitch. I don't do anything because this is the end of the row. I only do my decreases at the beginning of the rows. Okay? So just do the purl stitch. Up. And now this row is finished. We did 4 decreases in the beginning and then completed the whole row. Then I turn around. Now we need to do decreases symmetrically on both sides, which means it's time to decrease by 4 on this side. Okay, this is the beginning of the row, so it's a good time to do decreases. So I will do it the same way. You could actually do it differently here, but I'm showing you the easiest, the simplest way. Of course, in time, as you progress, you can learn more sophisticated methods, but I think for me this is sufficient. So I enter 2 stitches together, yarn over, enter them as 1. Now I will transfer this 1 stitch to my left needle. So I have decreased by 1. Now I'm doing my second decrease. Now I'm doing my third decrease, and now I will decrease the fourth. And now, because I'm done with the decreases, I don't need to transfer this back to my left needle, okay? But because here I'm doing knit stitches, I will take my yarn and place it at the back side of my right needle, and I will complete the whole row with knit stitches. No more decreasing at this row. Decreases are only done at the beginning of the row. So I will complete this row, and let me show you like this. So now I have done the first 4s. Okay, these 4 and also this 4 is completed. So here I am at the end of the same row, and I want to finish together. Now as you saw, I also knit the final stitches. Now I turn my work around, and now at the beginning of the new row it's time to decrease, and I will decrease by 3 this time. Okay, so let's decrease by 3 together. I will do it the same way I showed you the last round. I will enter 2 stitches together, yarn over. Sorry. I get a little bit stressed when I'm making a video, so I make more mistakes than usual. Okay, so now I used to have 2 stitches, but now I have 1 stitch, so I decreased by 1. Now I will transfer this back to my left needle. I will repeat the same process, and now I have decreased by 2, and I will decrease 1 final time for this row, and this time now I have decreased by 3, and I don't have to transfer this back because I'm not going to keep on decreasing. So what I will do is I will do purl stitches all the way until the end, including the final stitches. Okay, so let me do some purl stitches, and I will meet you at the end of the row, and we'll turn the work around together. Okay, this is the end of that same row I was doing. So these are the final stitches, and I'm just doing purl stitches here to complete the row. And it's time to turn our work around. And let's see what we have here. What we have is 4 decreases here, 4 decreases here, 3 decreases here, and no 3 decreases. So now it's time to decrease by 3 on this side. Okay, so we have done these 4s, we have done this 3, but now it's time to do this 3. Okay, and we're at the beginning of the row, so it's a good time to do the decrease. So now let's decrease 3 stitches together, so we can get 2 stitches on our needle, and we can yarn over and exit. Now let's transfer this back to our left needle. We have done 1 decrease. Now I'm doing the second one. Okay, the second one is complete. Transfer it back to your left needle. Let's do the final decrease of this row. And you don't have to transfer this back because we're done with the decreases. Take your yarn at the back side, and I will do knit stitches until the end of this row. And I will meet you at the end of the row, and we will finish the final stitches and turn the work around together. So please remember that these are only the arms, but also around these places, so around where you're doing the arms, it's also the time to worry about the neck. And just remember that I'm skipping that part, but this is also the time to do the neck as well. So it's a bit more complicated than this, but it's a good way to learn the logic of the arms first, also to learn the neck separately and then combine both skills. So yeah, that's why I'm showing you, not on a complete project or like a project that makes sense, but on a sample like this. So I hope it's useful. Okay, I will meet you here. Okay, at the end of the row, we will just complete the final stitches. Now, let's check what we have. What we have is, we have decreased by 4 on both ends. Okay, these two. We have done the 3s as well. Now it's time to decrease by 2 on both sides. Okay, so we start to get that curvy look. Okay, another point, I'm using this 4, 3, 2, 1, 1 because this is the front side. That's how I imagine it. The front side and the back side of a sweater, when you're doing this curve, it's not the same. So it's a good idea to do the front like this, but the back you can do in a 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay, so it's always better to do the front like more inside, and the back side 3, 2, 1, 1 is mostly enough. But just check on your sweaters and do what matches, do what looks like fits. So because we're working on the front side, we started with 4 decreases. We have done the 3. Now it's time to do 2 decreases. So at each round, the task is getting easier and easier. I have done 1 decrease here. I will transfer it back to my left needle, and I will do the second decrease. After the final decrease, you don't have to transfer it back, so you can just keep on doing purl stitches or whatever pattern you're doing until the end. Okay, so let's meet at the end of this row. Here we are at the end of the row, and we will complete the final stitches Nothing special. These are just any other stitch. Yeah. Now we turn around and let's inspect what we have done so far. We have done 4 decreases, 3 decreases, and 2 decreases on this side, and not yet. Those 2 decreases will happen here. Okay, so we have done this 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, and 4, 3, and now it's time to do the 2 decreases here. So we're at the beginning of the row, so it's a good time to decrease. Yarn over, exit, transfer it back to your left needle, and decrease one more time, one final time for this row, and then you don't have to transfer it back. Just take your yarn back and then complete the row regularly without any more decreasing. Okay, so as usual, let's meet at the end of the row. Let's finish this row by completing the final knit stitches together. And let's see what we have done so far. When you're doing these decreases, when you're doing the neck area, this part, not only for this video, but it's a good idea to do these inspections at every row so you avoid mistakes. Okay, just play your work and just check how it's going. So 4 decreases on both sides, 3 decreases on both sides, 2 decreases on both sides. So we are here. We are here. Okay, so we will do the decrease of 1. And we will do this. I was writing here, but you couldn't see. Okay, sorry about that. I hope not much was out of the video. So I was saying that we have done the 4 decreases, 3, 2, and now it's time to do the decrease. This 1 decrease here. So you see, it's here. So let's go. We will turn our work around. And we will do just 1 decrease. And that's gonna be it. Just 1. And you don't even have to transfer it back because that was it. And now just purl stitches till the end of the row. And then just 1 decrease at the beginning of the next row. That's it. So let's meet at the end of the row instead of watching me doing boring purl stitches. Here we are at the end of the row, and I'm just completing the final purl stitches. And now we will turn our work, and as usual we will do an inspection. What have we done? The 4s, the 3s, the 2s, and I have decreased by 1 here, but not yet here. So now it's time to do this one. So this is done, this is done, this is done. It's time for this decrease by 1. Let's do it. Decreasing by 1 is fun because it's easy. Just take 2 stitches together, yarn over and exit, and then no need to transfer this stitch back to your left needle. And now I will complete the whole row with regular knit stitches, and I will see you at the end of the row. But now I don't have so many stitches left. Maybe I can complete it with you. So the main idea, let me repeat, is to do the decreases only at the beginning of the rows and to go symmetrically. And the ratio you will do it does not have to be 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, but it has always worked for me and for my mom. So just, yeah, give it a go. Just try. It might as well work for you. So now we have completed this row as well. Also the final stitches. Now we will do another decrease by 1, because remember we're going to do 4, 3, 2, 1 and another one. So now let's decrease by 1 again. This is just repeating the last 2 rounds basically. So take 2 stitches together, yeah, and yarn over, exit as 1, and then complete the whole row. And yeah, this time I'll meet you at the end of the row. Here I am at the end of that row, and I am completing the final 2 stitches with purl stitches. And I will turn my work around and I will do another decrease by 1. Okay, let's compare these two. Yeah. So we have 4s, 3s, yeah. Decrease by 2, decrease by 1. I have decreased by another one here, but not yet here. So I will decrease by 1 here. And then my decreasing process will be over. And then I will just do knit stitches without any more decreases. Okay, so let's do the final decrease. And I will just complete the row with knit stitches. And then all I have to do is just whatever stitches you have left, just keep on doing knit stitches or purl stitches. And then when you reach the desired height, which you should decide based on your measures, then you will just complete. Okay, so I'll bring something that I used this method and I'll show you how it looks on a really finished project. Let's see. Let me finish this row before and then I'll go grab it. Okay. Okay. So this is how it looks. Yeah, this is how it looks. So this is something I did for myself during the pandemic, during the lockdown. And what I did here is I got my crochet hook and I did a slip stitch. And so this part looks better, also covering the V-neck. So as I mentioned earlier, around the time you start worrying about the armpit is also the time that you should start worrying about the neck. So, but it's a good idea to work on those skills separately and then you combine them on a probably very simple project like this one. So here I didn't have to worry about the pattern, but only about the neck and the arms. And yeah, this is how it looks. And you should just, yeah, put it and see if it suits that. Because I know when I wear this, it looks good on me. So you can just check the height. So as you can see, I need to go further before I complete. So yeah, that's how you can decide using a real life sample. I hope this was helpful for you, and if you have any questions, any suggestions, please write down in the comments. I really learn a lot from the comments, and I just really appreciate them. They make me very happy, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye, my friends.